During times where a swing play, squeeze play, or even a long-term play is facing red days, it's important to get creative in the financial markets. In this case, trading both the upside and the downside in the short-term time frame to help hedge against those long-term downside moves. Welcome back to the channel on this Hump Day Wednesday. This is ARCa. Let's dive into ticker symbol SPY. What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Let's go ahead and dive in to ticker symbol SPY. Okay, team. So actually, in this case, yes, I do have the traditional trading, day trading setup, right? That I use, right? And this is a lot of this is inspired by the other trader that you get to see often trading with me in the live streams, right? Cryptic Trader, my bro. Shout out to you. Or Bulldog Trader in Twitter, right? And also Zephram and Sebastian Lim. So what I want to mention here, team, is that we tend to hedge against these red days, right? If we're holding something long or a swing play, we want to make sure that we can at least maintain ourselves delta positive or even try to gain on a short-term play while waiting for one to make its macro move or whatever else it is that we're waiting for, right? So I want to show you a couple of things here, right? So go ahead and focus in on this, and I'm just going to go ahead and unmute this so that you can hear what's presently happening here, right? So I have a couple examples, right? So for example, this is around just a few days of trading here, right? So let's go ahead and give this a listen here. Check it out. 80% gain overall. Here we go. Take profit 1 approaching. That would be probably half the position or 75%. There we go. Take profit 1 nailed. Cool. So that's 1, right? And the next profit target, of course, was all the way up there. So let's go ahead and listen to that one. Here we go, team. Coming up to our top side target. Let's get the hell out of the market and cut all exposure and see if we can just, observe a play after lunchtime NYSE. It's coming up, though. And this is that true test of patience. Bam, team. There we go. Okay, so now let's put in another example here, right? This is now opposing the direction of the market. So we're betting the downside in the market here, right? So we can also gain when the price is going downwards, right? So also when the price is going upwards. I often refer to this as being an ambidextrous trader. So go ahead and take a listen here.
About what they're going to do.
Right. So this is when we were listening to there's a few times to when I've actually made trades happen while listening to Ham and William, right, on the YouTube channel for FNGR. So go ahead and take a quick peep here.
About this content and who is behind it. We're
And
going to give him a chance as soon as we get it.
And it's muted here, so it's not going to sound.
Mark,
and
address the truck. I don't want
bam,
to throw him under the
that's
bus
it right there.
Until he has a
and in the
chance to
chat,
address.
I know that you can't really see it here, but this is me down here, right? Putting boom. All right, so that was that. Take profit. Let's go ahead and continue on here.
Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, approved.
Here you go.
Form S1.
Bam.
And
already done.
To spin
I'm not
off
sure
a
if I ended up
portion
saying.
of the
I'm not sure if I ended up saying anything here, right? But I mean, we were already trying to get out because my son was awake. And yeah, there's one more example here. So
come on, man. What the hell?
Check it out.
Do it.
And there it goes.
Boy.
So yeah, team. Good times while we're trading the financial markets in the short-term time frame as well. So I want you to not feel so defeated when we have red days, right? There are ways. I know, and also here's another challenge, right? I understand that we have jobs, right? We can't just be staring at a window or a screen all day. I totally understand. So a lot of the times these opportunities are presented. And my time here would be at about 10 a.m. Pacific time. Sometimes I would trade the 7:30 a.m. to maybe 8:30 a.m. Pacific time opportunities, I'll trade that too, right? But there are certain times to understand when to go into the market and when not to go into the market, right? And a lot of these things is just to kind of put it out there. A lot of these things I am teaching in the ArcMasters trading course, right? So there are only 8 seats available from the 30 that I put out about a week or two ago, and they're filling up pretty fast. Okay, so if you are interested, please just go ahead and get in touch with me at the ArcMastersCourse at gmail.com to get enrolled, and we'll get you situated. So here in the immediate short-term time frame SPY, I'm looking at an SMA 200 resistance right up here. So that means that in the early pre-market, this can face a resistance touch, slightly upside, maybe to 430.46. It may even get to the EMA 7 at 430.94 before facing a continuation to the downside, of which the SPY can realize by maybe pre-market, which would be around 429.31 or 429.30, right? There is also the low here that we can use for a potential bounce as a support, 429.09. So that means that in the early part of the session, I'm not going to be trading anything in the first hour to try to preserve here some safety for retail, right? Because it's high volatility in the first hour of trading. So sometimes entering the markets, slightly later would be okay, right? But trust me when I say that opportunities are presented every day and everywhere, but we just have to know those quick pockets, and we have to know how to use areas of historical supports and resistances, closing periods, and confirmations and validations, right? So as long as we can master a lot of those aspects of the trade, then we can have a serious edge over the short-term period. Some of those trades that you just saw in the YouTube there were some of those lasted 4 or 5 minutes. Some of those lasted 20 or 30 minutes. Maybe one of those lasted about an hour, right? But nonetheless, it's just very short-term in order for you to hedge against that. So over the span of the last 2 weeks, I'm probably up anywhere between 380 to maybe over 400%, right? And that's trading very little exposure to gain a heavy amount of return, right? So because it's high risk to trade in the very short term like that. So we have to moderate how much to go into the market as well. That's another thing that you would, essentially be learning here, right? So, I think that we would actually face a drop here, early pre-market, right? There could be a continuation to the upside. So leading into about 7:30 or 8:30 a.m., there may be a resistance right up here at about 431.11, somewhere around there, maybe even 430.95, where we can play a potential short play or a bet against the market, right? And then we'll see. But it's going to really depend on the closure tomorrow. So either we close upside of the 431.11 or below the 431.11. That'll mitigate, or I'm sorry, that'll essentially give us the bias for direction that we should take in the markets. Okay, team. So I think that's pretty good for now. I really just wanted to display that to you so that you know that there is a certain edge to the market here, and a definite edge for us when trading together, right? Another thing that we end up using too are confirmations based on the algorithms that we've presented here, right? So I'm using here the ARQ indicators, right, that I've released, the algorithms, and they definitely help with deciding direction. So go ahead and now if you are, of course, interested in these, then that's a different thing, right? So go ahead and get in touch with us at ARQ indicators at gmail.com for the subscription packages, and we'll get you situated. Okay, team? Very, very much appreciate everybody for stopping by. And please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good rest of your night, and I shall catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.